Hi there, this is Craig Beck from stopdrinkingexpert.com. Welcome into today's video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and you'll get more updates from me on these subjects. I've had quite a lot of people asking about the long-term effects of alcohol, so we're going to talk about that today. And the reason why I think this drug is so deceptive and such a silent killer is that the short-term effects of alcohol are funny. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say for someone like me who's here to help people stop drinking, but it is. It's funny, isn't it? So let's talk about it today.
Who wants to be the next to discover how to stop drinking without willpower? Visit stopdrinkingexpert.com and grab your free place on today's coaching session.
Alcohol kills 3 million people every year. This is a dangerous, deadly drug. But it's a silent killer because it will let you get away with it for years, maybe decades, before it seizes control of you. And so I want to talk about the long-term effects of alcohol because the short-term effects are funny. And it's hard to launch an assault. It's hard to be, a campaigner against something that's funny. You don't see this with other diseases and other illnesses. You don't see cancer being initially funny, do you? It's always serious. It's always something that's taken seriously and dealt with accordingly. But with alcohol, initially it's funny. Think about it. And the reason is that it switches off our brain. And stupidity is something that is very amusing to human beings, especially the stupidity of other people. Other people's misfortune is something we enjoy very much. And we've been using this form of humor for many hundreds of years. It's your basic slip on a banana skin humor. And alcohol is very good at providing that because it makes us stupid. It turns us into stupid people. When we drink, we are basically nothing more than shaved chimpanzees. We fall over a lot. We forget how to walk. And that's something we've been doing since we were a baby. Then we forget how to speak. But we don't know we've forgotten how to speak until we try to speak and it all comes out jumbled and slurred. And we forget words and we go round in circles. And to other people, this is amusing because it's weird, it's peculiar. And then we get ourselves into drama and we upset people and we do things that we wouldn't normally do. And then the next morning we suffer with a hangover. And admit it, how many times have you made fun of a friend of yours who's suffering with a particularly bad hangover? You joke with them, don't you? You make loud noises to annoy them and all this sort of stuff because you know that it's going to fade, you know it's self-inflicted, and you know it's not too serious. They just feel terrible for a bit and then it'll go away. So the short-term effects of alcohol, pretty benign, and that's the problem. Because of this, it's kind of ingrained into society that it's a fun thing to do. And the evil clown, which is how I refer to alcohol that lives in your head, will let you get away with this for years, maybe decades. And certainly it's, my drinking in my late 20s and my 30s was something that I wore as a badge of honor. I was known as a man who could handle his drink. And I felt, I was proud of that. It made me feel like I was a real man, tough, which is stupid, of course. But I was proud that I was always first to the bar. I was always at a party. I had a big social life. And I was very good value because I would turn up probably with extra alcohol because I'd be worried you didn't have enough. I'd drink very quickly. I'd get a bit cheeky. Then I'd get a bit lewd. And then I'd just start falling over. I was kind of a happy drunk. So I was good to have at a party. But eventually, the clown will wait until he's got you. And then eventually everything starts to fall apart. And alcohol affects every area of your life. This is not just about health, which is dramatically affected. But it's about everything. It seeps into every area of your life. And I think people are distracted from what's coming because we live under this illusion that if we got into trouble with alcohol, hey, we'd just stop. As soon as we started to see things going wrong, we'd deal with it at that point. At the moment, I'm okay because I'm having fun. But the problem with that mentality is alcohol is like quicksand. And you'll notice with quicksand, they don't put the warning that you should do something in the middle of the quicksand. Because that would be stupid, wouldn't it? You'd walk into the middle of the quicksand, see the warning sign and go, oh, I'm screwed, I'm dead. They put the warning before you get to the quicksand so that you don't go there. Now, the problem with our use of alcohol is the warning is very much in the middle, and we don't do something until we start to see the negative impact in our life. And just like quicksand, the more you struggle against this, the more you panic and worry, the quicker and deeper you sink into the sand. So that kind of illusion that you live with for many years, I can stop anytime I like, I just don't want to at the moment, feels real until you have to do it. And then you realize it's very difficult. The long-term effects of alcohol, like I said, are wide-ranging. Chances are you're going to see a dramatic decline in your health. You know, I was seeing consultants at the hospital on a regular basis. At one point, I genuinely thought I was going to die because I had so much pain in my abdomen. I just, you know how in the dark of the night you think your worst thoughts? I used to lay awake at night. I knew I was going to die. I knew I'd killed myself with all my drinking. So you will see dramatic impacts on your health. And you also see it affect your relationships as well. I think mainly because it changes who you are as a person. You know, you meet your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend and you are this person, and then you drink for 10, 20 years and alcohol changes you. You become a different person. And I always say to people that if you're a problem drinker and you're in a relationship, you have 3 people in your relationship. Because a lot of the time, and I do mean most of the time, you will choose what the alcohol wants over what your partner wants. And that's shocking, isn't it? The person that loves you the most, the person you're supposed to love the most, you will disregard what's best for them if alcohol tells you to do so. And I know I did that myself, and that's difficult to take. And so it will wear down on your marriage. And also, if your partner is a drinker as well, what tends to happen is you both are in a toxic relationship that doesn't serve either of you, but the alcohol prevents you from addressing it. And what that means is you can spend the whole of your life in a loveless, passionless relationship until you get to the end and look back with a whole heap of regret that you didn't do something about it. So financially it affects you, your health is affected, your relationships are affected, and it goes on and on. Your children are affected. If you drink in front of your children from a young age, you're teaching them to carry the baton. I could go on for hours about the areas of life affected by this nasty little drug. I'm hoping that if you've arrived at my YouTube channel, you're at the point where you're questioning your drinking. Maybe you're at the start of this journey and you're trying to find evidence that what you're doing is okay. Because that's what I did for about 5 years. I just looked for confirmation bias, just proof that everyone drinks 1 or 2 bottles of wine a night. It's normal. There's nothing to worry about. If you're at that point, I can save you a lot of time. If you're already at the point where you know this has to be dealt with, then look, first of all, congratulate yourself for doing something. You're here. You're doing some research. Because honestly, the vast majority of people do nothing. They just stick their head in the sand and they never really deal with this. So congratulations on actually being here and doing something positive. There are loads of videos on my channel. Please subscribe, like, comment. If you want any extra help, drop me an email. And if you'd like to find out how my program works, sign up for today's free Quit Drinking coaching session. Thank you for watching.
Imagine no more hangovers, no more mornings of guilt and regret, and no willpower required to get there.
Really consider this because it's different. It's different to anything you can find out there, and it gives you real mental freedom from the clutches of alcohol.
Get my best-selling ebook free today at stopdrinkingexpert.com.
Without a doubt, if you can make it happen, if you can find a way, if it's something that you feel the heartstrings pulling, that you need to make a change in your life, then you need to pull out all the stops. Pull out all the stops to make it happen and be here.
It's just so worth it. Why did I waste all those years? Being in my middle 60s now, I wasted so many years drinking.
Find out why this is the net's only 5-star rated quit drinking solution and get your free ebook today at stopdrinkingexpert.com.